Hello and welcome to Lesson 2 of the Programming in Java course. We're going to start our discussion with objects. To understand why you might want to know about objects, consider someone who's building a house. It used to be in the olden days that a house was built from nothing but bricks and wood. Nowadays, of course, a builder takes prefabricated components, such as this furnace or this water heater, and puts them together. And you can think of those as the analog of what an object would be in a programming language. An object is a building block of a program. It is a component with some desired functionality, just as the water heater over here has some desired functionality for the builder. It heats water. In your programs, you ask objects to do work. You don't know how they do that, and that's okay. Just like if you really think about it, do you actually know how a water heater does its job? Or for that matter, do you care? Here we have a different kind of water heater, a solar water heater, and it doesn't really matter how a water heater works as long as it heats water. With an object, what's important? What it does, not how it does it. Now that's all very abstract, and the way one really learns about objects is to play with them, and I'll show you how you can play with some in BlueJ. Here we have BlueJ, and it would be a really good idea if you fired up your own BlueJ and moved to Lesson 2 Days as your project. When you open it, you will see the screen with a day block here, and this is what gives us objects. Let me show you how to make an object. You right click on it and you select the line that says New Day. You can now give it a name. For right now, we'll accept the default. Down here you find your first object. This is how BlueJ represents objects as little blobs. It's a little known fact that all objects are red. And to manipulate an object, you again right click on it. You can ask it to get the current year. Here's the answer. This particular day is somewhere in 2013. See when? The month is March, or 3. The day of the month is the 20th. That's the day that I recorded this lesson. We can make another day object. And now let's pick the first line here. Now we're asked which year, month, and day we might actually want. Let's fill in something. We'll pick a year of 1964, the month of 11 or November, and the day of 28, as I'm sure everyone remembers, on November 28th, 1964, the first spaceship to Mars was launched. Now here we have another day object. It looks just like the first one. It has a different name. But if we wanted to find out anything about it, so we can in the same way ask it, what's your year? And here it tells us. Now let's do something more interesting. Let's take our first object here and let's ask it, what day comes 100 days later? Now it doesn't look like it, but this object now has changed. It has moved itself 100 days later. Remember, it was originally March 20th. Now when we ask it, what's your month? You'll see it's June. That makes sense. From March, 100 days, it's June. Or maybe it would be July. Somehow this thing knows how to do this computation about the day. It's June 28th. I wouldn't have known how to do that, except by tediously getting out a calendar and counting the days. But our day object knows. How does it know it? I don't know, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. I can use it as long as I understand what it does for me. So that's a great example of an object, something that knows how to do a very specific thing, namely to deal with calendars, just like the water heater knows how to do a very specific thing, namely to heat water.